If you got big dreams and bad genes, you are in the right place. Bromley shirts are available at barbellapparel.com. Link is in the description. Let's talk about diet. You guys mentioned you're with Nathan Payton now, who is,
world renowned.
Yeah, he's known for working with a lot of world's strongest man guys. And I remember first following him. I want to say when Travis Wertmeier was still competing, because he used to be like sloppy fat, and then he got like super jacked.
That was his first guy that he took up. Yeah,
I thought that was Nathan Payton.
Yep.
And then you saw a lot more people as time goes on. What are the changes like? And basically, what I'm concerned with is how the hell do you guys stay so big off anything that looks like, I guess, clean eating or a diet? I mean, my intuition would be like, it's got to be a free-for-all at like Golden Corral like every other day to like keep the weight on. Like what kind of stuff do you have you focusing on that's different than what you were doing before?
It's whole food, whole food, high protein,
and
clean,
timing.
and
timing. Like timing is everything with when it comes in. That's what I learned. Because if you look back even a couple months ago, I didn't realize like how fat I was. Like I was disgusting fat, and I'm like, why no one tell me anything, kind of thing.
We did.
But I was a guy that would eat out every day, like I wouldn't pay attention to food at all. And then like my biggest thing is like, oh, they're gonna take all the good food from me. I was just doing the fat kid thing, like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to eat. I feel like I will not only eat more now, but like I still get to eat the foods that I love. And I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned in the last couple of months is like, all right, dude, like don't go to Whataburger today. Have it right before your training session tomorrow. And then when I go eat it, I actually enjoy it more. It benefits me. Like it's crazy how the timing's everything that I've noticed.
Yeah. And it's like reserving those little cheat meals until you're actually going to utilize those carbs that it gives you. So like 96% of the time it's super, like no butter, no oils, no white sauce, like very lean, very clean, very whole food, like rice, chicken, beef, broccoli, just it's very, very basic foods and not a ton of processed carbs, whole foods. And then you train your body to utilize those natural carbs. And then when you do get those processed sugars and those carbs, it's more intense than any pre-workout I've ever felt.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff is like a NOS booster for strength. Yeah. It's always historically.
Yeah. Well, basically, when I first started with him, I had a month where I didn't have almost any carbs, like basically just enough carbs for my brain to survive. And then he gave me my first cheat meal, which was like a Whataburger with a soda and some fries. I literally was trembling because I had so much energy. I was dripping with sweat because that response to the carbs was so strong. It was more intense than any pre-workout I've ever experienced in my life.
And you're like, that's what I've been doing to myself every time I've had that food.
Every day.
Yeah, your body becomes numb to it.
Yep.
And see, as a weight class guy, because like all weight class guys, I walk around 25 pounds too heavy and then have to go through a cut, whatever. Yeah. But I'm very good about cycling through to where I diet down a little bit for a show, as long as I'm within about 20 pounds, a week out. I could cut that off.
That's crazy.
I mean, you guys probably lose 8 to 10 pounds in a workout when it's hot in here. It's like you.
Yeah, but that's only like 1% of my body weight.
I'm looking at these MMA fighters that are like 190 cutting down to like 160 or whatever.
Hell no.
So it's like you have a ton of water to lose. Yeah. And I stay in just enough condition to where it doesn't take it out of me. But historically, as I diet down, because everything goes in sequence, I end up doing kind of a diet. I'll lose like 8 or 10 pounds of body fat the month out. And then the week of, I pull carbs. So then that's 6 or 8 pounds like that over a couple of days. And then I go in depleted to my cut. And that's the 24 hours out. I'm throwing on the sauna suit and I'm walking stairs or I'm running or I'm sweating any which way I can. And then when I weigh in, at that point though, my refeed is like a disgusting pig orgy of like the most processed shit imaginable. Yeah. And I usually end up getting heavier than I was when I started like a month before. I got the moon face, I'm all puffy but it's like what it does to your body in terms of like performance and fuel, like immediately, it's just insane. So it doesn't matter how depleted I was 2 weeks ago. It's like, I'm going to be ready to go.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys, I think, end up going that route. If you're in open, and you end up going like a Glenn Ross or something, where it's like, I'm just strong all the time.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're strong, but also like, what's your sleep like?
Diabetic.
Pick up a sandbag. Diabetic, not going to live too long.
But I think that's probably why we peak so well too, because the training and the food and everything is all pointing towards the show. Like it doesn't matter. Like our food is progressively overloading as well as the training as we lead into a show. you know, and it's all calculated out, and it's like that's why we peak so good, because it doesn't matter what we're doing here, it matters what we're doing there, you know.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to think about how many times a day do you have to eat in order to get your calories out of
5 times a day.
We
5
5
times a
times,
day?
but I have 5 full meals, but I have a bowl of yogurt right before bed.
I'm at 5. I'm doing such good on like just the foundation diet right now. I think because of how horrible I used to eat that I honestly I think
How much weight have you lost?
I'm down 30 pounds.
But he
Nice.
was stronger than ever.
Well, I'm stronger than I
you
was.
probably recomped a bit. There's probably some muscle gain there too. So
Yeah.
I would think.
For sure. For sure.
No, yeah. Like it's,
Well, you got a DEXA scan last year. You were like, what, 310 lean body mass?
yeah, I couldn't imagine what I am now. I was
need to-
20,
we
I was
need to go do
25
that.
I was 24% body fat. I was 410 or 406.
I need to check those numbers.
I don't
That's-
know, but it was saying I was 310 lean body mass. That was fat Austin. I don't know what it is now. I need to go back and do that.
And I
Well,
was 330 last year. I was 330 at like what 18% body fat or something.
Because they had you at what, 24%?
Yeah.
Because I'm like 22% right now. So
But he's got like his quads is what is the reason.
Yeah.
Because he's got gigantic fucking legs that are lean.
okay.
It's just the gut.
I hold all my weight right here.
It's just the
Oh
gut.
no, I'm sure. Like,
And he's got huge abs too. Like if he lifts his shirt up right now, he's got abs on the top.
like
So
I bet
big gut
you
still.
got a shit ton of lean mass. I mean, you wouldn't
Yeah.
be competing at the level. You wouldn't look the way you do.
And he's
if you
fast,
did it.
dude. He's fast.
If you
He's
did
quick.
it,
He can move.
but I think DEXA scans get wonky with bigger guys because there's
and
just,
our elbows will get cut off because the table's too small.
Yeah.
They had to
Yeah.
tape my feet together so it stayed.
They,
What?
they had to throw some tape to bring my elbows in close
I just
enough.
love watching Greg Doucette every time he comes across like Brian Shaw got a DEXA scan or whatever. Like Mitch Huber, he called Mitch Huber fat, and it's like I think Mitch Huber got a little bothered by that, and went on a diet or something. But anyways, like
Liquid diet.
I think a lot of people are under the misconception that to perform and to be good at that level does require just gorging on everything you can in order to get the calories in.
Yeah.
Where I think it is kind of refreshing now to see guys almost eating like bodybuilders. Like you're planning your meals, everything serves a purpose. You're performance athletes, and it is surprising when you do go that route. Like you're not hungry. You're eating so consistently. You can fit in those types of meals. Whataburger.
Yeah.
Whataburger's trash, but I just say that as a California.
All right, we got
Whoa.
issues now.
Sorry,
All
no,
right.
this
In-N-Out's
interview's
In-N-Out's trash.
Okay. Yeah, taking over,
What
bro.
the hell?
It's taking over. It's
Have
right
you
by
eaten
my-
In-N-Out in Texas?
Yeah.
But horrible.
It's horrible.
It's like 6 times shittier than the In-N-Out in California.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't notice a difference. I barely have a sense of
It's so
smell though. So
it's so much worse.
I
think
would
In-N-Out-
I would go to
think
I
it's
would go
worse?
to
In-N-Out in
Yes.
California is passable. Like I can
Yes.
actually enjoy a burger.
can
In-N-Out
eat
in
that.
Texas, trash.
no. You know what it is? You know what it is when you eat it in Texas? You're surrounded by a bunch of humidity and pollen and shit, and it affects your taste buds. So it tastes fundamentally different. California, you got the clean air, and you're like, oh, that's
False.
That's good.
Clean liberal air. Yeah, yeah.
No,
Bears eat beets.
Battlestar Galactica.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
We're going to deport him back to California.
Get the ice on him.
Oh, bro. No, you have to put me in handcuffs to go back there. That's, it's, I remember so clearly, like, especially coming up in like the amateur ranks, 10, 15 years ago, the heavyweights, it was almost exclusively guys that would like hang around. And this is in California, there's a couple of strongman gyms out there. And it'd be guys that would like do a log press and they'd hang out for 15 minutes and clear out like a roll of donuts or something. And it's like,
Whoa.
oh, those are my carbs, whatever. Yeah, but it is something that you have to get a handle on if you want to do as much as you can with what you have. There just isn't any way around it.
I think the biggest thing from last year to this year, well, just like I realized like how in shape you have to be to compete at the 4 majors. Like I didn't do the Rogue Invitational, but if I had to do that one, I don't know if I could have.
Not even talking about events specifically, but like just the format of shows. He had to compete 4 days at World's Strongest Man.
Oh,
and
that's
like
nuts.
just with that much mass, there's no way you can be at your top level for that long of
Yeah.
time. There's no way.
That was
as a leaner, more athletic person, you can recover and take less damage and just be
Better.
more prepared. Just be better. Yeah, but no, you can be more prepared for longer.
Yeah. I mean and last year was a wake up call. It's like I knew I could hang with these guys, but it's only like I would fizzle out on shows bad, and I mean I would be first, second, third place going into day 2, and then I would start dropping points on that. And then even this Arnold prep, the biggest thing I've noticed is like I don't feel like shit right now.
Yeah.
Like I feel good. I feel ready. I feel beat up. Feel like I hit by a truck, but like in terms of my body and like just sleeping and like I feel so much better.
And I think that was one of the reasons that convinced him to get on with Nathan Payton too, is because I won the Arnold Amateur, and like it was a few days, it was 3 days, but the last day I was feeling like shit. Like, and I'm a pretty athletic guy, but the last day I was hurting. And then I jumped on with Nathan Payton, and then we did the Shaw Open, and by the last day everybody was dying, and I was brand new. I was fresh.
So aside from actual training and working on capacity, like you're finding it's actually easier to handle volume and last of these shows
on multi-day shows,
having gotten your diet
and it proved it again at OSG, because on the last day everybody was getting body work. Everybody was doing these panic, massages and rubs and tape and everything, and I'm dancing in the back. I felt fresh. I felt unaffected.